It's Saturday, December 7th. I'm Victor Blackwell.
Hello to you. I'm Amara Walker, and at this hour, we are following the latest breaking
In
news.
a quarter-mile turn right onto Chief Justice Cushing Highway, Ma 3A.
As a manhunt enters its fourth day, investigators zeroing in on a backpack they believe belonged to Thompson's killer. Detectives found the backpack last night during a second sweep of New York's Central Park.
We've learned that guards on both sides of the
At the stop sign, turn right onto Chief Justice Cushing Highway, Ma 3A.
Investigators are waiting on lab results to see if any evidence left on a burner phone and a water bottle recovered at the scene could help them ID the killer.
Now, no weapon has yet been recovered, but we've now learned that they are exploring the possibility that the shooter may have used
Turn right onto a driveway, then in 100 feet turn leaving school zone.
Weapon that doesn't make a loud noise. Let's discuss all of these latest developments with CNN senior law enforcement analyst and former Philadelphia Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey.
In 100 feet turn left onto a driveway.
We heard from Jessica Tisch, the police commissioner, yesterday, and she said that authorities have gathered huge fingerprints. Also, have suspects' image in his face on a surveillance camera. But we don't have the suspect's identity.
Arrive at the destination on your right. 748 Chief Justice Cushing East Governor Park.
In order to get a hit, so that we know exactly who it is that we're looking for. Now, always remember, the police know, at least they should know a lot more than we know on this end of things. So maybe they do have a tentative ID, but it doesn't sound like it because, it's been days now, at least since this took place. And the longer it goes, the more difficult it becomes to catch an individual. That's saying that first 48 is important. Well, it is. And the longer you go outside that window, the more difficult it is.
Head southwest on a driveway, then in 100 feet turn right onto a driveway. Onto Chief, now entering school zone.
So that they don't damage any evidence. It could be DNA, it could be fingerprints, clothing, could be the murder weapon. It could be a variety of things, but they're doing
in 900 feet, turn right onto Manlot Road. Turn right onto Manlot Road. Leaving school zone.
Body and so forth to try to not lose any forensic evidence from the scene.
How much does it complicate things now that investigators believe this suspect may have left?
In half a mile, arrive at the destination on your left, 54 Manlot Road.
The search, no question. In New York City, they have total control as far as the police resources go because they're in their own city. Once he's outside of that, of course, now you're relying on partners around the country to be on the lookout, to devote some resources to trying to find this person. And they don't even know, at least we don't think they know, which bus he got on. It's a very busy bus station. They say more than 1,000 buses a day go through there. He could go anywhere. Did he have an accomplice? I mean, he was talking to somebody on the phone before the murder took place. And I've always been a little puzzled about how did he know exactly when to be at that location in order to confront the victim. Did somebody meet him at the location? Now he's in a car. He's no longer on a bus. I mean, there are a lot of...
Arrive at the destination on your left, 54 Manlot Road.
Do you think they'll get answers to that question regarding who he was talking to on the phone, that burner phone, because they found it along with a water bottle that he dropped? So will investigators be able to unlock that phone and get some of the data?
I'm sure they're working as hard as they can to try to unlock that phone. They probably have assistance from the FBI and maybe other federal law enforcement agencies to try to get into that phone, to get a phone number, to find out who he was speaking to. Because this whole thing just doesn't totally add up. When you see him walking down the street, he's very casual. He stops, he gets a bottle of water. It's not like there was a sense of urgency, not knowing exactly when your victim's going to show up. He shows up, 5 or 10 minutes before the individual walks down the street. it's just one possibility. I'm not saying that's the case, but it is a possibility that it's more than one person. And apparently, United Healthcare isn't the most popular insurance agency around.
Head south on Manlot Road for a quarter mile.
Recognize the picture. They're not calling police.
Well, if it turns out that this was the weapon that was used.
Well, it's an unusual weapon to find, especially being used in a homicide. I wasn't familiar with that gun at all. I had to go online and really look it up. But when you look and you understand how that weapon works, it's very consistent with what you see on
In a quarter mile, make a hard right turn onto Chief Justice Cushing Highway, Mach 3A.
To put another round in the chamber to fire. And so when you look at it that way, and it does have a silencer on it intentionally, because you don't want to disturb other animals if you're killing one of the animals for whatever reason. And so it's very quiet. So
At the stop sign, make a hard right turn onto Chief Justice Cushing Highway, Mach 3A.
Commits the homicide, and so it would make a lot of sense when you stop and think about it, but they won't be able to know for certain.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto Booth Hill Road.
He could have thrown it in the water. It could be in the backpack. I doubt if he's got it on his person, because he's shedding evidence. He does not want to be caught with critical evidence on his person.
Yeah, they still don't have the electric bike as well. Commissioner Charles Ramsey, appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you.
Also breaking this morning, it appears that South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol will survive an impeachment vote today after lawmakers from the ruling party boycotted the legislative session. Yoon has apologized for attempting to impose martial law earlier this week. He says he will accept any legal repercussions. Joining us now from Seoul, South Korea, is CNN's Ivan Watson. So what's happening now? It's still a busy scene there inside and outside the building. Walk us through it.
It sure is. I mean, I'm in the National Assembly, and right behind those doors over there, those are the main legislative chambers where you have more than 100 lawmakers. They've been holding a vote to
Turn left onto Booth Hill Road.
As you pointed out, it is unlikely that he will be impeached today because a big body of lawmakers from the president's own party, they basically abstained.
In 900 feet, arrive at the destination on your right, 108 Booth Hill Road.
Signs saying impeach the president and accusing him of insurrection. So what's the situation right now? Well, we'll give you some context. This building was blockaded by police and soldiers just 4 nights ago when the president suddenly announced and shocked Korea.
Arrive at the destination on your right, 108 Booth Hill Road.
Democratic civilian government here. And what happened were lawmakers, they flocked here in the minutes and the hour afterwards, and they voted 190 of them to overturn martial law, forcing the president back down hours after he started. He has apologized now for what he did, but there are a lot of people who want him to pay for what they are claiming was an attempted coup, a power grab. His own political party has said the president must step down early. He won't be able to finish his term in office, but they have stopped short of supporting the president's impeachment. So you've got a political battle playing out right now here over whether or not to impeach the president. Meanwhile, outside, you can't see through those windows, but there are thousands of demonstrators in the freezing cold that are holding a protest. The president
Head south on Booth Hill Road for half a mile.
Maybe in the teens, according to public opinion polls, and you have an overwhelming majority of Koreans. Insurrection. So this is a political story and battle that will continue probably for some time.
Yeah, he'll survive likely today's impeachment vote, but for all the reasons you just detailed, this is not over there. So, Ivan Watson, thank you so much.
President-elect Donald Trump returns to the world stage this morning. Trump has landed in Paris, where he will attend the official reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral. Trump is expected to meet with French President Emmanuel Macron ahead of a planned dinner, and he will meet with the UK's Prince William, who is also in Paris for the ceremony.
Macron was the first foreign leader to congratulate Trump on winning the election. While there is no agenda for their talks, many European leaders
In a quarter mile, make a hard left turn onto Clap Road.
military aid to Ukraine. First Lady Jill Biden will also be in Paris today, along with other world leaders and high-profile guests for the grand reopening of Notre Dame. 5.5 years ago, it was ravaged by a devastating fire that brought the Gothic masterpiece within minutes of collapsing. CNN's Melissa Bell is live in Paris
At the stop sign, make a hard left turn onto Clap Road.
Now on this day of grand reopening.
Well, it is a cold and
In half a mile, turn left onto Manlot Road.
Victor and Amber, as you can see, it'll be later tonight that the ceremonies here will take place, and there are some 40-odd heads of state who've made the trip to surround Emmanuel Macron as that grand opening takes place. But of course, a lot of attention now that we know President-elect Donald Trump will be meeting with the French president at the Élysée Palace this afternoon. We know also that ahead of the ceremonies here at Notre Dame, President Zelensky will be meeting with the French president as well at the Élysée Palace. What's unclear for now is whether President-elect Donald Trump and President Zelensky will have a chance to meet, or they will be in quick succession within the French presidential palace later today ahead of these opening ceremonies. And of course, given the presence of those two leaders, particularly here in Paris, there'll be a lot of attention on Ukraine throughout the day.
Turn left onto Manlot Road.
As you mentioned, it was with President Macron, arguably the president like Donald Trump, when he was in his first term, had struck up the strongest relationship amongst European leaders. And so this
In
is
1 mile, turn right onto Country Way.
re-election, an important moment for the French president as well, under a great deal of trouble here domestically, politically. This is a moment for him to shine on the world stage. But again, we'll be looking very closely to see what any of those leaders have to say about Ukraine, even before they're joined by others here at Notre Dame to celebrate what will be, promises to be, an extraordinary ceremony, again, around this 5-year-long waited reopening of Notre Dame, which promises to be pretty spectacular. President-elect Donald Trump taking the spotlight center stage on this day of celebrations for the reopening of Notre Dame. Melissa Bell, thank you.
And of course, we're watching everything that's happening in Paris as everyone starts to arrive for this grand reopening of Notre Dame. Still to come, how Americans played a crucial funding role here in restoring the cathedral.
Also, it is another chilly day for most in the eastern half of the nation. Lake effect snow is still falling in upstate New York, but is any warm-up coming? Plus, President-elect Trump is giving his full support to his embattled choice for defense secretary, but is that support enough to get Pete Hegseth through confirmation?
You have year-end goals. Constant Contact has what it takes to help you meet them faster, sell more, raise more, and build real relationships with your audience. With Constant Contact's digital marketing tools, put the go in all your 2024 goals with email, social, SMS, and customized marketing campaigns built for you in just a few clicks. Now through December 4th, get 40% off any
Free professional measure. Avoid the home renovation overwhelm. Swapping out old
In
blinds
half a mile, turn right onto Captain Pierce Road.
and Blinds.com makes it easy and affordable. Skip the long lines or waiting around at home all day just to get a quote. With Blinds.com, shopping online doesn't mean sacrificing quality, style, or service. A Blinds.com design expert can help you make the perfect to 45% site-wide. Plus, get a free professional measure. Up to 45% off site-wide. Get a free professional measure at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast.
Captain Pierce Road.
In any flavor, like caramel, black, or classic, for just $1.29.
In 1,000 feet, arrive at the destination on your right, 190 Captain Pierce Road.
Surgery at South Shore Health is advanced with best-in-class capabilities and technology. Surgery at South Shore Health is comprehensive with over 100 surgeons across many specialties. Surgery at South Shore Health is skilled and experienced. South Shore Health and community surgeons, along with affiliated Brigham and Women's surgeons,
Arrive at the destination on your right, 190 Captain Pierce Road.
Trusted surgical care is here, closer than you think, at South Shore Health. Log on to southshorehealth.org/surgery for more information. Macy's Herald Square is the holiday destination and has to be on your list for holiday shopping and sightseeing. What's new? Macy's first ever Holiday Square by Urban Space, a one-of-a-kind wonderland of pop-up shops filled with unique gifts and irresistible holiday confections from across the city and the globe. Santa is here, so book your visit to Santaland now and shop Macy's exclusive collab with Disney. It's Macy's Holiday Square by Urban Space, only at Macy's Herald Square on 34th and Broadway.
Are you annoyingly innocent? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale ends soon. Get a king for the price of a queen, plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy beds. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
You love TuneIn for live breaking news from CNN, MSNBC, Fox, CNBC, and more. But when you can't catch your favorite show as it airs, it might just be a click away as a podcast. Search your favorite news station to explore all the on-demand news shows on TuneIn.
Listen to supplements you take if you are pregnant or breastfeeding or have kidney or liver problems. If you have hepatitis B, don't stop taking Biktarvy without talking to your healthcare provider. Common side effects were diarrhea, nausea, and headache.
No matter where life takes you.
Head northeast on Captain Pierce Road. Then in 1,000 feet, turn left onto Country Way.
Looking after our minds has never been more important. That's why at Round we're working with the LPGA to inspire mental fitness in everyone, on and off the course.
What's up? You seem kind of sluggish.
And another. Leaf filter stops needles, acorns, leaves, and more. No louvers, no openings, nowhere for debris to get in at all. And guess with tread like that, it's only natural to have fans. Apparently a lot of fans. Apparently a whole lot of fans.
Schedule your free gutter inspection now.
At the stop sign, turn left onto Country Way.
Awkward question. Is there going to be anything left over?
Memory in older adults. So you can keep saying, you mastered it. You fixed it. You nailed it. You did it with Centric Silver, clinically proven to support memory in older adults.
I'm Jamaica Connection in the city of Aleppo, Syria.
Turn right onto Hollitt Street.
The grand reopening was the mission. entirely to restore Notre Dame pre-2019 conditions?
Not only. So we had to first of all to rebuild what had been destroyed in the fire. So, for instance, the spire itself, or the vaults, or the roof. We had also to restore the interior of the cathedral, which had been seriously damaged by the fire also and by the watering caused by the firefighters. But
at the stop sign, turn right onto Gannett Road.
Cathedral. So that's the overall scope of the restoration.
And part of the reason that the fire was able to spread throughout so much of the cathedrals because there were no firewalls and there were no sprinkler systems. Have those been integrated now?
In 1 mile, turn right onto Surfside Road.
Yes. They have been integrated, so effectively there was nothing like that under the roof of the cathedral. So now we have installed sprinkling systems under the roof and firewalls to avoid any such catastrophe in the future. So effectively, even if the appearance of the cathedral is the same as the one we had before the fire, we have added in, I would say, a technical equipment in order to avoid another such catastrophe.
Talk us through the work that it took to restore and replicate some of those details that anyone who's been fortunate enough to tour Notre Dame remember, the gargoyles and grotesques of the towers that are obviously made famous in the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the spire, a lot of the elements that we all remember if we've actually had the opportunity to visit.
Yeah, so all this has been done in 2 phases up to now. So we have first what we call the security phase, where we tried in the first 1 year and a half after the fire to avoid additional damages, and in the three and a half years since then, so we have rebuilt what had been destroyed and restored as much as possible what was to be restored, such as some of the gargoyles and grotesques. And effectively, we've been able to install a workshop on the square of the cathedral with sculptors who were able to replicate these gargoyles and grotesques that had been damaged or destroyed during the fire.
I read that there's this.
Turn right onto Surfside Road.
Tell us about it and the significance.
So the rooster is very important.
In half a mile, turn right onto Seagate Circle.
Tradition, but also in the French tradition, because you know that the rooster is also the symbol of France. And so this rooster fell down during the fire, was really significantly damaged. And so we had to put a new rooster on top of the spire, which has been done. And this new rooster was conceived by the architect-in-chief of the historical monument. So a very beautiful golden rooster, which now stands on top of spire, and which is a little bit the symbol of this restored and renewed cathedral, as we can see it now from Paris and from all over the world.
Well, I know that this is a wonderful day for Parisians to have the cathedral fully restored, and for people around the world who are so fortunate to see it in person now to have it accessible again. Michelle Picoult, thank you so much for your time.
Turn right onto Seagate Circle, then in 150 feet arrive at the destination on your left.
Pete Hegseth spent the week doing damage control over a series of...
In 150 feet arrive at the destination on your left, 5 Seagate CIR.
Who has accused Hegseth of sexual assault. Also, New York Mayor Eric Adams is warming to Trump and sounding more critical of his own party.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less static your laundry can be, you'll want to shake every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your tiny coworker keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens stage.
And the site is live.
That we opened a store and need a fast checkout stage. Thanks. You're all set. That count it up and ship it around the globe stage.
This one's going to Thailand.
And that, wait, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Whatever your stage, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/tune-in.
When your business banks with Washington Trust, you have access to convenient digital tools and branches statewide. Best of all, there's always a person to answer your questions. So you get decisions fast because they're made locally. Washington Trust understands Rhode Island businesses. After all, we're one too. Open any business checking account and get a $250 bonus. Washington Trust. What we value is you. Terms and conditions apply. Visit washtrust.com for information. Member FDIC.
You have year-end goals. Constant Contact has what it takes to help you meet them faster, sell more, raise more, and build real relationships with your audience. With Constant Contact's digital
Head
marketing
east on Seagate Circle, then in 150 feet turn left onto Surfside Road.
and customized marketing campaigns built for you in just a few clicks. Now through December 4th, get 40% off any Constant Contact marketing plan for 3 months. Ready, set, go to Constant
In
Contact.
half a mile turn left onto Mitchell Avenue.
We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
It's not just a breakfast, it's the breakfast. Get the classic sausage McMuffin with egg, now only $2.50. Caution, may cause craving for coffee or hash browns. Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer.
Surgery at South Shore Health is advanced with best-in-class capabilities and technology. Surgery at South Shore Health is comprehensive with over 100 surgeons across many specialties. Surgery at South Shore Health is skilled and experienced. South Shore Health and community surgeons, along with affiliated Brigham and women's surgeons, work together to offer specialized expertise and a care plan created just for
Turn
you.
left onto Mitchell Avenue, then in 150 feet turn right. Caution, unpaved road ahead.
SouthShoreHealth.org/surgery for more information.
News are never too much. New Year's Day at 8 on CNN. Closed captioning brought to you by AARP.
In 150 feet turn right onto Mitchell Lane.
Join AARP for $12 for 1 year and get instant access to member benefits and social programs. Join and get an
In
insulated
600 feet turn left onto Gannett Road.
While President-elect Donald Trump is in Paris this morning, his pick to lead the Pentagon is gearing up for another.
Turn left onto Gannett Road, then in 250 feet turn right.
Despite mounting allegations related to Hegseth's workplace behavior and treatment of women.
In his first broadcast network interview since winning the election, Trump told NBC's Kristen Welker that he's working hard to get Hegseth confirmed.
He loves the military, and I think people are starting to see it. So we'll be working on his nomination along with a lot of others.
Since you bring him up, do you still have confidence in Pete Hegseth?
Yes, I do. I really do. He's a very smart guy. I've known him through Fox, but I've known him for a long time. And he's basically a military guy. I mean, every time I talk to him, all he wants to talk about is the military. He's
In 250 feet turn right onto Ocean Avenue.
Senators that he's going to be confirmed? Do you
No.
think he can make it?
No, I think he will, yeah. I've had
In 150 feet arrive at the destination on your left, 1 Ocean Avenue.
Believe this next week is critical, and if he makes it through, he will remain Trump's nominee. But there are reports that replacements are being discussed in the background. CNN's Daniel Strauss joins us now. What's next, Corey?
I mean, next week, the big meeting right now on his agenda is a meeting with Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa, herself a veteran, and a key vote on the panel that would need to confirm Hegseth as defense secretary. Now, the important thing here is that Ernst has expressed skepticism about the viability of his candidacy, so he will need to confirm that he is a qualified candidate to be. Hegseth is Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida.
You'll recall that DeSantis was the chief rival for Trump in the 2024 Republican primary, and they've had at moments an acrimonious relationship. So if it did turn out that Hegseth's nomination was pulled and DeSantis was the nominee, that would
Head northwest on Ocean Avenue, then in a quarter-mile turn left onto Birch Lane.
no, but she's seen as a longer shot than DeSantis right now.
All right, Daniel Strauss, thanks so much. Thanks. Associated Press national politics reporter Michelle Price joins us now for a closer look. Michelle, good morning to you. So the president-elect says that Hegseth is doing very well, acknowledges he doesn't have the confirmation of support from the requisite number of Republican senators. What's the momentum going into this next week? Is he at the wind at his face or at his back?
Well, he had a couple of days there where it felt like the nomination was in greater jeopardy, but you saw yesterday morning, President Trump put out a statement on his social media network, finally kind of breaking his silence on what Pete Hegseth was facing, which for Donald Trump was a big show of support, kind of left him twisting in the wind there for a few days. So it seems like the way that Pete Hegseth speaking forcefully in the halls of Congress, continuing to press forward, it seems he approved of
Turn left onto Birch Lane, then in 300 feet arrive at the destination on your left.
With Ron DeSantis at the Army-Navy football game. Improving time for Pete Hegseth in these coming days. He's going to have to really get some more vocal support here. Joni Ernst, Senator Ernst, she put out another very cautious statement yesterday evening.
Arrive at the destination on your left, 14 Birch Lane.
She's just continuing to have conversations with him. So she'll be the key one to watch to see if he can make it through.
Yeah, we know that Kristi Nolan will be on the Hill next week. Pam Bondi as well, the pick for AG. Also, Kash Patel, the president-elect's choice for FBI director, although we should say that Christopher Wray still has 3 years left in his term. We just read that the National Police Association is expressing support for Patel. He doesn't have the allegations of personal misconduct that Hegseth is facing, that Gates faced, but he has said that he wants to prosecute anyone who he believes is a
Head southwest on Birch Lane, then in 400 feet turn left onto Hathaway Road.
The election was fair. They say it was stolen, which is a lie. What do you expect next week as he goes to the Hill and meets with the public?
I think there's two things we'll be watching for. I mean, one, the way that these these meetings have been going with some of the candidates facing some of the biggest headwinds, Matt Gaetz, who withdrew as the Attorney General nominee, and Pete Hegseth. The Trump team has been watching how that played out. The people who are going to be working with Kash Patel have been watching how those played out. They know that the showing of force, being willing to fight, seems to be helping keep the support for Trump. It seems to
in 3/4 of a mile arrive at the destination on your right, 459 Hathaway Road.
Kash Patel will face. We know that Democrats have deep concerns. We know that there are people in the intelligence community who have deep concerns. There's been reporting about some of the actions he took during the first administration. But ideologically, he is very aligned with President Trump. When he talks about clearing out the DOJ, there are many Republicans who agree with that, and that we have seen come out already expressing statements of support for Kash Patel. So we're not expecting it to be as tough at this moment as it has been for Pete Hegseth. But as they start to have those meetings, as the focus swings that way, we'll see where it lands.
Let's talk about indicted New York City Mayor Eric Adams, which I think maybe not many people know that he was a Republican in the late 90s, early 2000s. Here he was Friday. Watch.
You were enrolled as a Republican from 1997 to 2001. Would you ever consider rejoining the GOP?
The party that's the most important for me is the American Party. I'm a part of the American Party. I love this country. This is the home of the free, the land of the brave. My 19-year-old nephew died on the fields of Vietnam, protecting what this city and this country represents. And that's the party I'm going to always be a member of.
He was asked to clarify that in another interview on Friday and didn't give a clear answer about potentially joining the Republican Party. He's increasingly been more critical of the Democratic Party, which he is a member of. favorable to Trump specifically. Is this more of the potential pardon play for Adams? How do you interpret what we're hearing?
I mean, that's certainly.
Arrive at the destination on your right, 459 Hatherley Road.
In orbit are speculating on this. I think the quote was that he seemed thirsty for a pardon. It was in the Rolling Stone report. Eric Adams is somebody who, when he was elected, when he first won the primary, he came out as the more moderate candidate, and he would kind of position himself all over the progressive, but he claimed his version of politics, where the power momentum has been in American politics. Early in President Biden's term, when he was having some of his bipartisan legislation get passed, you saw Eric Adams declare himself to be the Biden of Brooklyn and meet with him. Now we have an incoming Trump administration. Eric Adams has a pardon on the table that he might be seeking from an incoming president, and we're seeing him see more favorable and seeking a meeting administration.
All right. Price. Press. Thank you.
The killing of the United Healthcare executive has struck a nerve on social media. Still to come, how Americans are using his death to vent their frustrations about the health insurance industry.
Gain presents a tale of longing and long-lasting scent. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus when I caught...
Head southeast on Hatherley Road for 1 mile.
A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer lasting scent.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime every vehicle at Route 6 Automall Kia in Swansea.
A dime? Are they out of their mind? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Route 6 Automall Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Every vehicle is one dime down.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
That's okay. Tell him, lady. Don't stress about credit. All you need is a job and one dime down.
A job, eh?
Get event pricing on every new Kia. Tellurides, Sportages, Sorrentos, EV9, and more. You could save thousands.
Thousands?
Yes, and all you need is a dime. One dime down. You're happy. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty. Lifetime, no charge.
At Route 6 Automall Kia.
In Swansea, during the season of new tradition sales events.
Route6automall.com.
Route6automall.com.
Shopify helps you sell at every stage of your business. Like that, let's put it online and see what happens stage.
And the site is live.
That we opened a store and need a fast checkout stage. Thanks. You're all set. That count it up and ship it around the globe stage.
This one's going to Thailand.
And that, wait, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Whatever your stage, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen.
My brother-in-law died suddenly. Now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. After that, I told my wife we couldn't put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Garden Road. Then 100 feet arrive at the destination on your right.
$1,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
Turn right onto Garden Road. Then in 100 feet arrive at the destination on your right.
Rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us.
In 100 feet arrive at the destination on your right, to Garden Road.
It's the breakfast. Get the classic sausage McMuffin with egg, now only $2.50. Caution, may cause craving for coffee or hash browns. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Surgery at South Shore Health is advanced with best-in-class capabilities and technology. Surgery at South Shore Health is comprehensive with over 100 surgeons across many specialties. Surgery at South Shore Health is skilled and experienced. South Shore Health and community surgeons, along with affiliated Brigham and Women's surgeons, work together to offer specialized expertise at a care plan created just for you. Expert, trusted surgical care is closer than you think at South Shore Health. Log on to southshorehealth.org/surgery for more information.
Could it mean more time for you? Vyvgart Hytrulo can improve daily abilities and reduce muscle weakness with a treatment plan that's
Head
personalized.
southwest on Garden Road, then in 600 feet turn right onto Norwell Avenue.
Any of its ingredients. It can cause serious allergic reactions like trouble breathing and decrease in blood pressure, leading to fainting and allergic reactions such as rashes, swelling under the skin, shortness of breath, and hives. The most common side effects are respiratory and urinary tract infections, headache, and injection site reactions. It may increase the risk of infusion-related reactions and infection. Tell your doctor if you have a history of infections or symptoms of an infection.
In 250 feet, make a hard right turn onto Fay Road.
EMG, and picture your life in motion. Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back. Start to break away from UC.
In 400 feet, arrive at the destination on your right, 13 Fay Road.
Tremfya blocks a key source of inflammation.
Arrive at the destination on your right, 13 Fay Road.
Some saw 100% visible healing of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
I can't move again.
You've gotten used to chaos. We can get rid of that.
Don't sell.
Oh my gosh, is this our house?
When leaving just isn't an option, the brothers are here to help. Donate your house. All new Wednesday at 9 on HGTV.
The killing of an executive of one of the largest health insurance companies in the country has sparked a flurry of pent-up anger against the healthcare system. And a lot of people online are making light of the shooting.
Yeah, CNN's Jason Carroll takes a closer look at what's fueling the mixed reactions.
Soon after the shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson came the somewhat unexpected, a flood of social media posts like these.
I vividly remember being on the phone with United Healthcare for days and days, 9 months pregnant, about to give birth alone. It was a terrible, stressful, mad scramble. We appealed, of course, to United Healthcare, and they denied the appeal within 1 day.
You're wondering. I'm just saying, my thoughts and prayers were also denied. I don't give
Thompson's death has not only opened the door for people to share their pain about how they say they were unfairly treated by United Healthcare, it has also unleashed a torrent of vitriol against the entire healthcare industry. Ex-posts like this are some of the tamer versions of what's out there. Today, we mourn the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, gunned down. Wait, I'm sorry. Today, we mourn the deaths of the 68,000 Americans who needlessly die each year so that insurance company execs like Brian Thompson can become multimillionaires. Then there's United Healthcare Group's Facebook posts about Thompson, who was a husband and father of two. It reads in part, "We are deeply saddened and shocked at the passing of our dear friend and colleague, Brian Thompson. Brian was a highly respected colleague and friend to all who worked with him." So far, that statement has received more than 90,000 laugh emojis. No laughing matter to security experts like Philip Klein.
There's now a widow and 2 orphan children out there. They don't have a father now. And we all need to remember that.
Klein provided security to Thompson in the early 2000s, and he has grave concerns about what he's seeing now.
This has sent a ripple through the corporate executive world about security and the security of their employees.
I am surprised of the backlash just because it's such a really sad situation that has occurred.
Aaron Bradshaw has some insight into the current climate among patients and insurance carriers. She's an executive vice president at the Patient Advocate Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to improving healthcare access.
It's an exhausting process, and on top of already being sick, injured, or disabled, when they are running into a challenge with getting access to prescribed care through their insurer, it complicates it and creates multiple layers of frustration.
Unfortunately, sympathy requires a prior authorization, and I have to deny that request.
As frustrations simmer online with dark comments such as, "May the shooter